So I made it through the Communist Manifesto, and it was a tough read. the The first thought that I had as I was reading through this was that the particular Communist Manifesto that that's listed with Marx. I can't remember the other guy. I think he was the translator or something along those lines. My first inclination was that the whole movement promoted racism. And it wasn't a matter of a race based on color, more like a race based on creed. It went on to say, okay, listen, you're a proletariat if you're a worker, and most of the people are of the proletariat, and this very wealthy cream of the crop is merely taking advantage of you, and there is no chance of you becoming one of those of the cream of the crop. And it's like it goes on like the worker knows his work, and skilled labor begins to be diminished as industrialization gets stronger and stronger. A couple of things. One, that rips off Adam Smith, first chapter of The Wealth of Nations, because it talks about industrialization and how a process of oh God, how do I put this? I don't even know how to put it. It rips it off. It's like you take Adam Smith and remove the age of enlightenment that Western Europe enjoyed, and there you have the communist movement. I believe it is a movement born of ignorant, unenlightened individuals that mitigate a populace to not even try to do better, to not even try to squash it. Is there a balance? Of course. You know, I can't argue that corporations can become so big that they're no longer allowed to fail. But man, to say that the answer is a constant flux of revolution of this ignorant, unskilled working class who can just somehow overcome the natural biases of human nature is every bit as retarded, if not more so, of believing that a pure laissez-faire capitalism can exist. In summation, I don't want to be a communist. And I would say that I'm a skilled laborer and a master craftsman in what I do. So in a way, I'm not, what is it that it's referred to as a petty bourgeois person. It was not difficult for me to transcend from the proletariat to the bourgeois that Marx talks about. And in America, it's really not. It's not that, oh gosh, we're stuck in the bourgeois and you know, we can't make it down to the proletariat, or oh gosh, I was born into this class of proletariat working man, and there's no possibility of ascending. There may be places where that goes, but as it stands right now, I don't see the nation I live in as being one of them. Can it get too far to where that's necessary? Yeah, probably. But this is all theoretical. And the whole thing smacks of egotism, and I understand why intellectuals are appealed so much to this movement, because it mitigates the unskilled worker to being a ignorant, uneducated person. I've met some very, very smart workers. Very, very smart people. I don't know. An assessment in these hard times, communism is still not the answer. It wasn't the answer for the Soviet bloc, and it's not the answer for any aspect of our society. Because we're trying to shoehorn it now into medicine and healthcare and things like that. You got to be careful. It doesn't work in small programs any better than it works in big programs. And that is just my opinion, but man, that opinion I think has teeth. It doesn't work. Anyway, hope that makes sense, and comments are welcome. Even if you do want to be a commie and comment, that's fine. But I'm very glad that I read it, finally, after all these years, and more or less swearing an oath in the 90s to fight it. I'm glad, because nothing would be worse than to fight something that you actually agree with, you know. It's like being a Christian without reading the Bible, so to speak. And what if there's something in the Bible you don't like? Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in the Bible I don't like, but that's on me, not God. Alright, y'all take care. And if you don't see anything else from me this weekend, if you're doing something or if I'm doing something, y'all take care.